Joining us now from Riga in Latvia is our correspondent, Laura Makin-Isherwood. Laura, always a pleasure to speak to you. I mean, we've seen President Volodymyr Zelenskyy once again addressing South Korean parliament. What was his key message?
Well, this was the latest in a long line of governments that President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has spoken to in person, by video call at least, appealing to lawmakers in different nations to try to get them to help and offer more support to his country to defend against Russian aggression. He appealed for anti-missile systems, for tanks, saying that South Korea had the capabilities that were needed to try to block those attacks by Russia. But his appeal came just hours after South Korea said it wouldn't be offering any military assistance, saying that it was confined to non-lethal materials. Now, that of course will be a bit of a blow to President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. He has been asking continually for greater support, for no-fly zones to be imposed, and for extra supplies. Some munitions, some anti-tank missile systems have been supplied by Europe. There's also, of course, more troops being sent to eastern regions of Europe as part of NATO's enhanced forward presence to defend the European lines should there be any push from Russia there. That hasn't been received well by the Kremlin. But when it comes to Ukraine itself, it seems like President Volodymyr Zelenskyy is going to have to work with the troops that he has on the ground right now and defend against this next push, as you said, from Russian troops, as it appears that tens of thousands of those are being gathered in the east of the country, ready for the next offensive.
Now, Russia, has claimed to have destroyed a missile system supplied by a European country. Do we know anything about this?
Yes, so this came from the Russian Ministry of Defense in a briefing, saying that it had managed to destroy an S-300 anti-missile system that was hidden in a hangar, the Russian Ministry of Defense said, near Dnipro in the centre or central area of Ukraine. It's not clear which European country had provided that. It hasn't been confirmed either by Ukraine that that indeed is a valid report just yet. As part of this briefing as well, the Russian Ministry of Defense said that it had also shot down 2 Ukrainian Su-25 jets. Again, we've had no confirmation from Ukraine yet that that indeed is the case, but clearly Russia is trying to send this message that it is not holding back. Those tens of thousands of troops that have now been amassed ready for the next offensive, we heard from the UK's Ministry of Defence that that was likely, that Russia was seemingly re-manoeuvring its position, resupplying, replenishing stocks, ready for another push. We also heard from the Russian Ministry that they're perhaps not taking their eyes off Kyiv yet either. And in Mariupol, which has been under siege continually, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has said that troops there are effectively fighting their last battle, that tens of thousands of civilians have been killed, and it doesn't look like Russia is going to hold back.
And all of this is happening against the World Bank, also decrying the current situation in Kiev, and also says that the Ukrainian economy will be heavily affected by the conflict.
Yes, absolutely. In its latest sort of assessment of the situation, the World Bank has said that it expects Ukraine's economy to be contracting by about 50%, which is huge. Of course, that's because this war has stopped businesses operating at full capacity, destroyed thousands of others. And there's also a blockade in the Black Sea at the moment that's preventing exports of Ukrainian goods to other parts of the world, including things like sunflower oil, which is a massive export from Ukraine and a big source of income for the nation. So that is really affecting that country as it is. And there's also warnings as well that countries surrounding Ukraine could be impacted as well, with the World Bank Vice President saying that she expects those countries to perhaps have to ask for loans to remain buoyant. She also said that around $1 billion worth of aid has been sent to Ukraine already, and there could be a further $2 billion sent in the coming weeks and months.
It really sounds like, a continuous desperate situation there. But thank you so much for that. That was SABC correspondent Laura Makin-Isherwood live for us from Riga.